Hi everyone and welcome to Equestrian. Today we're gonna talk about the warm-up. How do we warm our horses up when we're riding on our own? So almost everyone who had ever tried riding on their own has faced this topic. The riders warm themselves up while brushing the horse and before getting on, so I'm going to skip that part. Moving on to the horses warm-up, we usually find ourselves following a well-known scheme. So we walk for about 10 to 15 minutes, then we trot a little, do a few turns, and move on to canter. And why do we do that actually? Is that really effective and what does it do? At a certain point, almost every rider realizes that the quality of our warm-up directly affects the quality of our lesson. Let's look at the experience gathered by PE specialists and learn what should warm-up bring. At PE classes, we usually start with an easy cardio workout with some arm swings. It's gonna be a little hard to pursue your horse to do leg swings at the beginning of our warm-up, but we can surely do a cardio workout. Firstly, we're gonna ask for a walk. Remember that we're doing a cardio workout, so the walk needs to be powerful and coming from the hind end to give our warm-up some good quality. We're trying to move each and every part of a huge system, which is our horse's body, so the walk needs to be lively and rhythmic from the very beginning. The old lady in a park kind of walk does not make a good warm-up. After walking for as long as your horse needs, we can move on to a light jog. As most of us remember from physical education classes, after that you move on to the forward bends. And here I recommend refreshing your memory of what the bends give us and how they should feel. So it's all about relaxing the back muscles along your spine, especially in the lumbar region. Additionally, the bends stretch your thighs. It should look exactly the same on your horse, so your horse putting its head and neck down is not enough. It needs to stretch its back muscles and engage its hind end for that part of the warm-up to benefit the horse. After that kind of relaxation exercises, we can start doing left and right bends. We all know what that is, right? We are still trying to stretch our back while warming up our shoulders. Why shouldn't our horses do the same? We're gonna add some more flexion and turns while still stretching our horse's back and hind end. We do all these exercises in walk, trot, and canter as a foundation for our training session. After doing all that and warming our horse's back muscles really good, we can move on to a more specific warm-up. If your horse has trouble focusing on that kind of a warm-up, you can do parts of it on a lunge line. Just remember it's a warm-up and it's not there to exhaust your horse before a lesson. The time spent on a lunge line is a part of our training session and should make the time you spend in the saddle shorter. So if a regular lesson lasts for an hour and you've been lunging your horse for 40 minutes, then there is 10 minutes to ride properly and 10 minutes to cool down after the training session. The work on a lunge line should not be additional. Next, following the instructions of different PE specialists, we start warming up specific parts of our body that we need to take part in a proper training. If our lesson is going to include a lot of pirouettes, speed changes, transitions, etc., we should warm up our horse's joints and tendons especially good. It's a lot like a usual soccer training. It contains a lot of crossovers and sideways jogging. So if you look at soccer players and their tendons, they're being warmed up at so many different angles. If a person is going to jump a lot, the warm-up will contain some small jumps and speeding up, which will lead to a good approach to a jump. You probably remember from PE the jogging and picking your feet up high. For a horse, that exercise will be easier to do on some poles and cavaleries. If we're planning a training that involves taking huge and dynamic steps, we will need to do some split lunges to warm ourselves up. For our horse, we are going to extend our strides instead of doing split lunges. As per usual, we have prepared a little pro tip for you guys. Don't try to fight your horse and their moods. Even though it's good to plan out the second part of our warm up and complete our own goals, I've gotta admit I often do whatever works out that particular day with my horse. I usually start with a basic warm up in walk, trot, and canter, and then I think about which elements will be easy to do for both me and my horse. So when my horse is being lazy, I will extend its stride and ride exercises which lead to improving flexibility. And if my horse is spooky, I'll try to do some harder elements which will help me get my horse's attention and will enable the horse to focus on me and not its surroundings. No matter what, the warm up is supposed to warm our horse up. We certainly cannot hold on to previously planned tasks as if our life depended on it, since this may even cause an injury in us or our horse. The warm up is for the horse to prepare its muscles for the proper training, and in that scenario, the rider is there for the horse and is supposed to help it prepare for the lesson. Even if your horse has too much energy for you, you are there to engage its muscles and help the horse use its energy in a beneficial way. I hope you guys liked the video. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments or contact us on bioequestrian@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you later.